Feature Friday.
The freshest. Alright, so we're checking out Luke Mejares for the second time, because the first time we saw him collaborate with Bamboo, JR, and Billy Crawford on their Lego house.
He's from, he used to be a vocal, maybe he still is.
He was the original vocalist of South Border.
The original vocalist?
Yeah. I'm going out with the comment here. It says, the third guy is Luke Mejares, one of the former... Okay. One of the former vocalist of South Border. My bad.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why...
We should check him out as well. So we're here.
I looked to you like that because I think I would recognize the original singer of South Border, because I think we have seen the original South Border setup. Well, go on.
But yeah, he used to sing with South Border.
That
says a lot, though.
Go on, yeah, certainly. It's a good band, South Border.
This is More Than You'll Ever Know on Wish. For a second, I thought that was a double-decker bus in the background, like in London.
Yeah.
So it was really trippy.
Wish 1075.
Take my hand.
He's so peculiar.
Talk a while. Feel my love. Always there beside you. Be the one. I know you tell me everything. You are the one.
He's so...
Cherish more than anything.
Where is he from? Is he from the Philippines?
I think he is.
God, his influences are very... would love
crazy.
to know.
I wonder what this guy's playlist looks like.
Maybe who are his parents? You know, where are they from? What do they listen to?
This song has a crazy arrangement, though. It's all over. It's Mejares. It's not Mijares. It's pronounced Mijares, but written as Me.
Okay.
With an E.
His mother's African American.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains a bit.
Like.
So his father's Filipino.
It doesn't say.
Well, I would guess
about
this,
them.
right? Maybe when he was growing up. How old is he right now?
He is 45.
Right. So when he was growing up, he was listening to people like Gary. Right, in the Philippines, right, I would imagine, because they're kind of like contemporary ages. But then his mother, being African American, they must have been listening to soul and gospel, right?
And then you have this really cool hybrid in his natural
Well,
singing
it's a fucking
qualities.
mystery, mate. This.
It is, isn't it? It's an absolute treat
That is
when you
crazy.
get something like this, because it's so refreshing. It's nothing like you hear often. But it's Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, he's an R&B soul artist. So
He probably was
Jaya.
exposed to Jaya.
I don't know. It's just it's really
Wow,
peculiar.
he really came out with his own sound.
Yeah, literally. It's a
Jesus.
head scratcher. You can't pin him down. How amazing! That's
Oh.
freaking amazing.
I love you more than you ever know.
It's great.
I love you more than you ever see.
Great.
More than my heart could ever show.
My God, it's such
I
a.
love you more than you ever know.
I mean, even this, like, what the fuck?
The
Even
song
the-
is crazy.
even
The
the
song
arrangement itself,
it's
wow.
nuts. Yeah. It has a little edge of theater-ish vocal, like addiction a bit, but it's not too much.
That's what I meant with like Gary's influence. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just guessing. It doesn't mean.
We're literally throwing names out here.
But I
for
just
no
mean this
reason.
type of singers that have a very.
Just trying to depict the picture itself. It's a.
Yeah, because I don't know where to.
Yeah,
I
how?
don't know where
What?
to what to put him, how to
What?
describe
It's
him.
like what? It's so amazing. I love when you get like artists like this that they're their own thing.
He's a mystery to me.
Yeah, they're so fun to listen to because you're constantly just trying to like, wow.
And he was a mystery to me when we watched him with Bamboo and JR and Billy.
Yeah.
Right, that he was like who they?
Yeah, it's like, what the? The question hasn't gone away. Still a huge question mark above my head right now. He's so connected to the craft as well.
Cover me. I know that I
They started sounding really soul there for a second.
in you.
Didn't he give you like a Donna Summer
Aha!
edge?
Yes! Bang on!
Like a little bit of like a Donna Summer
Keep going,
edge.
hold on.
Always be the one. I know you tell me
A bit of Prince too.
you are the one.
Well, what's interesting, right? It's
This is not
I think the reason why it's such a headache to try and figure
head
out.
scratcher, yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes my head hurt to try and figure out what the hell is what, right? Obviously, it's just him, right? And that's what's so awesome about people that you're whoever's watching, you're inherently unique to whoever else is watching, and no matter the thousands. But what's interesting is that
There's so many familiarities in the song choice itself.
well, it's like in the 90s, right? Even some pop artists, he does have some sounds of certain pop artists because in the 90s or late 80s, you had this sort of sound in pop, which was very reverby, very breathy, right? Like that. You know, which is very popular.
Yes.
Became very popular and not R&B or soul. That wasn't it.
Yeah.
Right? And then you obviously have his twangs of, well, he is a soul artist apparently. But I think it wouldn't even be fair to put him in a box.
It can't. No, he has so much to offer in so many different layers. I mean, I adore when I come across artists like this because it's a never-ending treat. You're forever picking new flavors and you know, finding inspirations in different ways, in different vocal choices, and it's fantastic. It's one of those few artists that you can listen with an open mind and discover new things every single time. I mean, I'm pretty excited about this. It's kind of crazy. I love it.
I think it's also a reminder, right, of like that music is not that music is non-linear, right? The learning process of it or the creative process of it, it's zigzags, it's ups and downs, it's weird turns, and to be able to find someone that actually exemplifies that's like a living proof of that. It's very peculiar. It will be really interesting to find out.
It's very tangible though in him.
Who the hell he grew up, or how did he learn to sing, or why?
What was his environment like? His music environment like? Because or what led him to the singing choices that he goes to, naturally gravitates toward when he's singing. It's pretty freaking fascinating. This is fascinating. I love it.
I cherish you more than anything. I love you more than you ever know.
It's fantastic.
I love you more than you ever see. More than my heart
See, it changed styles there midway.
can show.
Yeah, that modulation is pretty freaking effortless.
I don't think I've seen another singer that does that.
No. Great. I mean, the clarity, that was fantastic. Bravo!
on Wish 1075.
My God, that was utterly hypnotizing, crazy, freaking wild. I mean, and it is so tangible, the changes and choices that he makes halfway through a singing phrase. Fascinating. It is wonderful.
It's It's as if it was showing you like all the different powers he's got.
Like, yeah, literally. It's like, you want to hear me sing? Sure. You're gonna hear me sing.
It's like you're gonna hear like soul, R&B. You're gonna hear then pop. You're gonna hear just like like really early 90s pop ballads.
Absolutely.
You know, you're gonna. It's really odd. It's really weird. You're gonna hear singer-songwriter to some extent.
I want to see him. I want to see him singing live in like a live studio.
Yeah, so I want to see his work with South
South
Border.
Border.
I'd love to see that. If anyone can kind of let us recommend some. That's very peculiar. I love to hear also what the reception was when he first went with South Border, given that they've had quite high caliber of singers. But yeah, and maybe what he's up to now.